Hello lovely sim racers, I'm Constantinos and this is Lovely Sim Racing. Today we are doing some chill chat and dev. Let's see how this goes tonight. I've been going through some of the bug reports in Discord and I will continue doing so. But as you may have seen, for the members at least, I'm waiting on SimHub releasing a new version before I can even release anything. So basically the entire ecosystem has been updated, and the update included a bug fix that exists in SimHub. Two bug fixes actually. One is the most important one, and I can't release these unless there's a release of SimHub, so 9.2.7 version. That's what we're expecting. So yeah, I'm just waiting on that to happen before I release. But until then, I'm actually fixing a few things. I do have one more feature to add, but I don't think that will be very hard. But today I want to focus a bit on a few tough and hard bugs. Tough and hard. Alright, doesn't sound good. Yeah, as I said, I'm going through Discord, looking at your bug reports, and there's one that caught my eye. For some reason, unbeknownst to me, I'm looking at this one over here. Switch over to coding. I'll get rid of wheel cam for now. iRacing not showing different colors for lapped cars. Now, it's kind of hard for me to know exactly what a lapped car is because I don't know if I have a replay that shows me lapped cars. I'm going to assume I know the lapped cars. I'm actually trying to figure that out. So let's say position number 13. Can we get that here? Get driver current lap. Alright, let's see for position for return for 13. His current lap is 58 and I'm P2, so I'm 68. So obviously position 13 is lapped. I'm sorry, no, I'm trying to figure this out and I'm already in the middle of it, so excuse me. Let me load up a version so you guys can see what I'm looking at on my dash. So I've been looking at this, and I'm on the map screen, so I'm already debugging there. So I'm number 2. There's number 1 right ahead of me here, and this is P13. So I should see P13 as orange, as blue, when I'm in here. So P13, Gil Rodriguez, should be orange, but it's returning white. And this is the script over here that I'm actually trying to solve the issue. So now we've determined that this guy is actually a back marker. He's on lap 58, I'm 68. This is not me, this is a replay someone had sent. It's an iRacing. So I know iRacing has an issue. So I know that Gil Rodriguez should be blue because he's being lapped. But it's not going in there at all. So as you can see, it's returning. It is returning red too. It's returning red. It's returning this, which means if driver lap is greater than 0 and session type name is race. Wait a minute. Oh shit, that's why. Oh my god. Oh. Shit, I have a function somewhere. Oh shit, I have to normalize these. Actually, search for it. So I'm looking at my code on this end. I don't want to put everything on one screen. Oh wow. Okay. Okay. I'm just trying to figure out where I have quali. Okay. Shit, is quali is looking for all of that. So what I need to do is, if it's quali or practice, so here I don't want to look for this. This is a mistake. I want to say if it's not LD is quali. And that was a wow, okay. So if it's not quali. Hey Jeff, how you doing, man? Hey Daniel, how are you, man? Been thinking about you. I hope you're feeling better. I hope you are better. It doesn't give you a headache, it just sucks. Okay, let's see. If I get rid of these here. Oh, wait, no. No, I need this one. Red. Okay, so it's still not going in. It's still staying out. Alright, so let's see. What's this giving us? I'm also dyslexic, so it's fine. So driver lap is over 0. Okay. And okay, now I know what I made. I keep on making this mistake, and it should be perfect now. Returning wet orange. Oh my god, that was it. Oh, I solved it. Yes. All right, this is it. So this is a function that I created along the way, and you'll see now. Here, this guy will be turning into... I'm going to get rid of this piece of code. I know exactly what I need to do, and I will be fixing it. Okay. Save this. This should reload. Shouldn't have those FFFFFFFFF there. And let me go to color. Actually, rel. Drive and get rel color. Get rel color. So instead of all, I'm not sure. I should move this over here. You guys should see. So in here I have this saying that if it's race, but race isn't always the same name. So every sim has a different way of representing the name race. Race all caps, race all lowers, race whatever. What I have created at some point in time was a function that checks to see if it's a quali or practice session. So I made a function called LD is quali. That returns true if you're in quali or practice, and false if it's a race session. And it takes into account, like if I show you the is quali, this is it. It takes into account iRacing, Automobilista, R-Factor 2, F1, and actually this should just be, iRacing should be LD get sim. LD get sim, that's it. It should be LD get sim, because you'll see why. Automobilista is correct, R factor 2 is correct, and LMU is the other one that's we're checking now, and this will be equals F1. That's why. Don't check for 20 something, I just check for F1, and for everything else just do that. So as you can see, depending on what game, this function will return if it is a quali session or practice or race, and I can know that. So here, what I was doing before is I was saying if it's a race, but all caps, and that doesn't always return true, because it's just how it is. So let me save this. Let me save this, and this, and this, and this, and this. And let's see if it's going to be orange. here. If I go to the relatives, which is the second page, if it's orange, I win. It's not orange, don't win. But why isn't it orange? Why? Wait a minute. Lovely dashboard JavaScript. Okay, I did that one right. Yeah, don't you just hate that? We'll get it. We'll get it. Color. Get driver color. Okay, let me try. Again. This guy. Alright. Now it's getting weirder, but I'll fix it. I'll fix it. So if I go here, just paste. Actually, I don't even want that code. Return this, and it's got to be the head 01, which this has got to be deprecated at some point. I have to fix those at some point. Alright. I'm curious. Oh, wait. Oh, wait a second. Okay, let me check. I have to do some more checking. Damn it. Behind this should be blue. I'm just doing this so I can avoid the whole theming system ahead. Might be a bit easier for me. And the opponent is white, for whatever reason. So now it's white, and I know what that white is. So... oh man, what's going on? It worked right before. Hey LDSK, welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. Of course, the stream that you have picked up is the Chill Chat and Dev, which is probably, I should just label it, the most boring stream on the internet. It's just me working on a lovely dashboard. But the reason I'm having these sessions is oftentimes people don't really understand. Like, I had this conversation. I remember I was on a business trip. I wasn't even in my own country. I was going from the airport to the hotel, or was it? No, I was going from the airport to the office. And while I was in the Uber, I was just looking at my on my Discord, and this guy was shit talking because about me personally. He was directed personally at me because I had decided to leave the pit wall behind the paywall, if that makes sense. So the pit wall would always be part of the membership. You cannot get it for free. And he was basically calling me two-faced and a lot of stuff. And it was funny because at first I think I was joking, and I actually replied to him, yeah, and I was just being a bit more, you know, sarcastic because I thought he was joking, and then I realized he wasn't. He was actually being serious. And at some point I'm like, okay, I'm like, screw it, I'm not gonna deal with this because it doesn't make sense. But it also kind of brought into mind, not many people, like, actually no, not any people that know me and don't know me know how much time is being spent developing this thing. And it's not just the time. Like, I'm not a professional developer. That's my job. I'm a designer, so I design things. But developing is something I do as a hobby. I enjoy it. But up to a certain point, like, the lovely dashboard has brought me, has pushed me beyond my limits. I still enjoy it. Obviously, I love dealing with all this stuff, but it is kind of outside of my, it's uncharted water for me. And the more advanced it gets, the worse, you It's kind of like it's mind-bending. It's not easy for me to do stuff that someone else might be able to do. So I thought, all right, if you don't understand, like you're on the outside and you just see this thing, and you have the audacity to tell me that I'm the C word because I'm not giving it for free, because I once said that I will always have things for free, and you have that audacity to tell me and come into my Discord and tell me that I am a C word, you know, for not doing that and not keeping my word and two-faced and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, shit, you don't know what's going on. Like, look at this. This is what I do, right? And I do this for at least 4 hours per day, plus weekends if my wife allows me to, you know? So I thought, I'll just put these sessions on and you guys can see it. You guys can be a part of it as much as it is. It's just 1 week. 1 day per week, but you get to see the insides of this lovely dashboard and everything else. And don't forget, like, if you are part of the Discord, go to the roadmap. There's a channel called Roadmap. Go look into that. There's a ton of stuff that's being worked on. And as I said, I have always said that I will have the lovely dashboard as a free version. And this is changing and evolving. So memberships came in. Pitwall is not a free version, and it will never be, because the Pitwall is just too much work overhead beyond the dashboard and everything else. And this will evolve as well. I'm not promising that it'll always be, you know, actually I do want to promise that it will be free. There will always be a version free. Okay, I'll just say it like that, because I don't know how it will turn out. It might be that in the future I will have a paid version only, and the free will be a very basic thing. I don't know. This thing is taking up so much of my time, and I'm not getting paid anything. Memberships are great, but honestly, they're just this, like, if I were to get paid for the work that I'm putting into this, I would have to have not 10 times the number of members I have now, but about 9 or 8 times the number of members I have now, in order to say that this is all worth it. You know, I get to pay the bills, because right now I have my normal 8-hour day job. I have all of this. I have the channel that I'm building, so content, and it's like 20 hours per day of work, not just on, you know, the dashboards and the lovely sim racing stuff, but in general. So I just want to share this. I want to share this process, and you guys might learn something. I definitely do when I'm chatting and talking to myself. You know the rubber duck method of debugging, but basically when I'm explaining stuff, I can also understand it and debug it better. So it's a whole process, but most importantly, I want you guys to to share the whole thing. And that's why I said it's the most boring stream. If you can't handle watching me code a couple of hours, I do that 4 hours, almost 4 hours per day. LDSK says most problems can be solved with a bigger hammer. That's true. That is true. But software is so intriguing. It is so intriguing. And software is pretty much like it's pretty much like hardware. Like, if it doesn't work, there's some screw loose. Absolutely. Like this detail here that I found out. I was saying if the session is equals race, all caps, do this, but it's never, like, not all sims deliver the same session name, race, as I said. So it's important to look at these details, but you can't see them. Like, I was looking at this specific code for about 30 minutes before I went live, and I only saw it after I started talking about it. So the rubber duck method actually works. Look it up if you don't know what the rubber duck method is. Jeff says, hate the way some folks in SIDX get everything for free. That guy can pound sand. Well, here's the thing. There's this, okay, Google Stream Effects. It's an OBS plugin. So I don't use it. I was looking up for it because I wanted to create that blur on the initial idle screen, the coming soon screen for my stream that you saw, which is actually the live camera up there. And that camera, I wanted to apply a blur effect. So I was looking at, various plugins that have blur. I found one, but in the process I also found another one called StreamFX. I went to OBS's forums, and the shit this guy has gotten is unbelievable. He basically said StreamFX is free, and then after spending like a year developing it and whatnot, he's like, okay, this can't be free. You guys have to pay. I don't care. You have to pay to get it. It's like a whatever what I'm doing as well, right? And the shit he has got, everybody called him a two-faced, a clown, a liar. Like he said it would be free, and now it's not free. I don't get it. I don't get it, honestly. And I felt sorry for the guy, the developer. They called him things that are not even, they don't even make sense. If you guys look it up, StreamFX, and go to the OBS forums, and I think there was somewhere else as well, where they're like, stay away from that plugin, the guy's gonna make you pay. And like, why would he work for free for you? Like, I don't get it. It's weird. It's weird. I can live with it. I mean, I'm growing a thick skin, trying to grow thick skin. It does affect at some point. Like that guy, when I was in the Uber going to the office that morning, it was like I was up like from 5 a.m. to get the flight and everything. It was 9 a.m. I think, and I was heading to the office. I was kind of stressed with the meeting, and I was looking at that. It was really getting to my nerves. I wasn't in a place to deal with it, so I started writing and everything. And after a while, I'm like, screw it, I can't deal with this guy. It's not just me; it's everyone. I know people that have been dealing with this kind of stuff, and it's not fun. I don't get it, like how people can actually expect these things. But anyway, it's my my strategy to always have the lovely dashboard for free and everything else for free. But I need to find a way to make money off of this. Okay? It's as simple as that. It's just math. It's business. I need to make money off of this if I continue to work as hard as I do on this. And all the products, if you look at the roadmap, you'll see there's a new curved edition coming out. There's the new UXL edition coming out. There's the new TK Tony Kanan edition coming out. There's a new lovely dashboard companion coming out. The lovely track data, which has been launched and has been integrated into this 2.6.3 version. And it's not overwhelming. I'm enjoying it. But, you know, at some point, enjoying something has to, you know, kind of pay back. So that's all I'm saying. I'm not directing this to you. I'm directing this to anyone watching. That if you enjoy something, even this bit, like if you think this product you're using, if it's hardware, software, or anything is good, go and pay some respect to that guy. I've done it multiple times for Nicolas and SimHub. I've done it for I'm doing it for LFM. I'm doing it for Pitskill. I don't even race on Pitskill, and I'm a Patreon because I support them, and I'm doing it for others as well. I'm Daniel Newman Racing, best friggin' LED profiles out there. I am a member, and I think I'm on the highest tier as well, Daniel. I think. I know I am. So just go and support. Like honestly. Everybody's spending, like if you're doing sim racing, you have given at least 2-3 grand on equipment. Like if you're on a super basic stuff, you'd probably give 1,000, and you're using these products, SimHub for instance. Why would you use it without a license? It's not because of 30 or 60 frames per second. Screw that. It might not even make a difference for you, but I mean, this guy, it's one guy working on it. Daniel. For Daniel Newman Racing and the LED profiles. I know how much time he's been putting on it. Pay some respect. It's as simple as that. And everyone. So I kind of get very upset when I see people expecting things for free. And you know what? You should expect things for free. But when you do get something for free, don't complain if it's shit. Okay? Because I've seen people getting something for free and then complaining that it's utter shit. Sorry, it's not the developer's fault. You should pay, and you should help him make something better. Anyway, rant over. This is it went the other way around, but kind of reminded me that those messages I got on Discord, and they also reminded me of some conversations I had this week with one of my really good friends in sim racing, and it kind of got me upset in general. So Jeff says, nobody's giving me some hardware for free. I pay for it because I value it, just as you and Dan are coding worthwhile products and it hasn't. Well, actually, Jeff, I got a lot of shit for free lately. So I'm really happy for that. But again, that's not paying any bills. And plus the things that I got for free, it's part of like a partnership and an agreement, so it's got strings attached to it. Strings that benefit myself and the other parties as well. And it involves more work, which I'm not afraid of. But yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna shy away from it. I got the Artura from Ascher Racing, part of a really great partnership that we've started. Turn Racing has sent me a few things like this wheel as well, steering wheel, this beautiful one. So there's a few things that I've gotten lately. SimDash, Jamie from SimDash has been sending me the flags, the dash, the UXL, and some other top secrets things that he's working on. So these are all partnerships. Yeah, it is hardware, but it also involves more work. But these partnerships will help evolve not just the Lovely Dashboard, but the other parties as well. And that's my goal. Like, I'm enjoying this so much that I don't want to see negativity. I don't want to see people ranting and complaining about things they shouldn't be. LDSK, which rim are you talking about? I didn't see which one. Is it the Artura or the Turn Racing? Daniel, what's ironic, Jeff, is a lot of my hardware I've had to buy in order to code for them. I built recently to allow me to make stuff for the yeah, that's true, Daniel. I know that's true for Daniel, that he has purchased some of the hardware that he's using. Fortunately, some of the hardware manufacturer have sent him, as they have sent myself. But it's a bit different for Daniel, because Daniel's like, he can't create an LED profile for a steering wheel if he doesn't have the steering wheel. I can create a dashboard for that steering wheel. Of course, having said that, experiencing the product will give you ideas to create new things. For the Artura, for instance, this is just an example. Let me switch over to my POV so you guys can see. This is what I had so far, right? I just had a steering wheel, my Fanatec with a dashboard, and this is what I had. And suddenly, I had this. Hold on a second, let me make this thing more real for you guys. So, after, let it load. So, once I got the Artura, I had this. Doesn't make sense, does it? Two dashboards. And as good as this may be, I still prefer the external one. And I know that someone doesn't have the external one, they only have this one. I'm like, okay, good. I don't like this. And it gave me an idea to create the Lovely Dashboard Companion, which the Lovely Dashboard Companion is basically piggyback off of all the scripts and all the code that the Lovely Dashboard has already, and creates this, which is a map, specially treated map, that fits perfectly on the steering wheel, gives you the track name, track turns, turn names, LFM races and pit skill races. It puts it all on your dash. So now you have two dashboards that actually make sense, right? This is how I like to use it. And this is iRacing. This Iowa Speedway track is not in the track data yet, but it will be added. So having the hardware gives you ideas. As specifically for the Artura, this is a beast. The steering wheel is a beast. It's apart from being a tank, like you lift this thing up off of the base and it's simply a tank. This thing is also a beast as far as functionality is concerned, and I'm taking advantage of that. So there's going to be a lot of integrations between the Lovely Dashboard and the Artura. So in short, if you own the Artura and you're using Lovely Dashboard, you will have extra functionality in the dashboard. Can't say much more because we're still developing it, but it will have extra functionality that are specific to this wheel. That can only happen if I had the steering wheel, right? So Simutec sent me this little thing over here. Again, we have a nice partnership with Callum, and we're going to develop a few things together. He sent this over. Beautiful piece of equipment. I wouldn't need this to develop a dashboard. Like, he didn't have to send me this because I have this. It's the same thing. They're both Volcore, different sizes. It's the same thing. But the steering wheel is a bit different. And that's what like new things come when you see these things and when you have them in your hand. Hey Dan Westerman, how you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. Oh, LDSK, yeah. This steering wheel is just it is unbelievable. This thing is honestly okay. This is obviously the most expensive steering wheel I own. Okay, as well as it might be one of the most expensive. Well, not they're more expensive than this one, to be honest. But I don't think you can find better than this, quality-wise. This thing is a beast. It is. Yeah, I'll agree with Daniel regarding Martin and Jamie. Amazing people. They really get it. They really get it. I will say for Tony Kanon as well. So of these people that I'm interacting with a lot, these three are probably the three people that really understand what I'm doing, what Daniel may be doing, what sim racing is and how it's growing. Because don't get me wrong, what sim racing is still its infancy. It's just an infant. It hasn't even gotten up, and it's barely walking, to be honest. It's got so much more room to grow. And these three people that I have been talking to just simply get it. They understand it. Even Tony Kanon, which is, you know, from real life racing, has stepped into sim racing, and he's just doing it with all his passion for racing, has stepped into the sim racing world. And, you know, he gets it. He gets it. Yes, I will agree with Daniel on his last post that, yeah, I support them and they should get support from everyone. And Jamie is pushing. He's pushing the boundaries. Honestly, I've seen things that it will come out. He's developing them, hardware, new stuff. And it's amazing. He's surprising me, even though he's like telling me I'm going to do that. And when I see that product in pictures, and at some point I'll have it as well. It's just, yeah, it's just amazing. It's just amazing. Anyway, let me get back to this chill chat and dev session. Otherwise, well, no, I won't get anything done. All right, so where were we here? Completely forgot. So, get driver, and the driver is the Ahead 01. So this guy's got. What did I change from before? Dan, what is new? Well, one thing that is coming is a slew of updates. So if you've been on Discord, you may have seen that there's a bit of a delay for releases because I'm waiting for Nicolas to update 9.2.7, which has 2 critical bugs in it, which I need to get these releases. So there will be a huge list of products being released all at once for members. Okay, for members. New stuff that are going to be released in the next version will be the TK edition, Lovely Dashboard TK, the Tony Kanon edition, and the curved edition as well. So if you own a dashboard that has a curved top screen, there will be a Lovely Dashboard for that. And further in the future, maybe the next release, I'm also going to be putting out the Lovely Dashboard Companion. So if you have a dashboard and a steering wheel with a screen on it, you have something to put on it that makes sense. Because essentially, as you're driving, you're looking at the main screen, you're looking at the DDU, you're not looking at the small screen in front of you, because especially if you're in a GT position, your eyes are not, you have to look down to see that screen. So now I've created a lovely dashboard companion, which is a secondary dashboard to run alongside the first one, where you have the map and some other minor information. But most importantly, it's useful information when you're racing. And this will also be evolved and developed even more as it's being used by other people, so it can have more features to it. So maybe some alerts, maybe some damage alerts or traffic alerts if you have like an accident. Oh shit, I'm getting ideas. I have to write these things down. So yeah, there's plenty of stuff that's happening. I need to get to work, man. All right. So right now, car number 13, it's not going into driver lap, and it's not quali session. So, okay, let's test these just a bit. Let's see what this thing returns. I have to do some work, guys. I'm sorry, I'm streaming, I know, but oh no. Okay. It's false. So that's true. And driver lap. Let's see. Is this? I mean, come on. Oh, wait. Oh, shit. I did this. Yeah, not last lap. Okay. That was the mistake. Now I have to go and do not driver last lap, driver best lap. So now this should return orange, but it's not orange. This guy should be blue. Okay, so what's going on here? Which orange is it hitting? Orange 1, blue 1, blue 2, white 1, white 2. So now it's telling it's orange 1. So this is returning true, which is correct. And then it says if tracker plugin driver current lap minus completed laps are greater. What am I doing? What the hell am I doing there? So, wait a minute. Current lap for that guy, he's on 58, I'm on 68, so 58. So 58 minus 68, that's minus 10. So this cannot be true. So this can't be true. Like, why is it returning orange 1? His current lap. Okay, let's look at this. What does this return? I had 0, 1. It's 58. Oh shit, this is also something. Available properties, completed laps. Something that... Completed laps is 67. Game data completed laps. So if I put that there... Oh dear lord. I was looking at specific to ACC. Game raw data. I should not do game raw data. Damn it, this is so old. All this code has been here for like almost a year, and things have changed since then. A lot of things have changed since then. Alright. Driver, not his last lap, his best lap. And I need to actually fix that as well. It won't be correct. And this is not completed laps. It's game data completed laps. Hit save. Right, sure, let's just hide this. Hit save, let's see. Is this guy gonna be blue? If he's blue, then we fixed it. But then again, I have to go back and check and see if everything's working for other sims as well. This guy's blue, this guy's blue. Fuck, it works. Hey Jason, how you doing, man? Sorry, I'm not paying too much attention to the chat. This is actually, I'm actually working now, you know? Hey Bruno, how you doing, buddy? Hey Daniel, yeah, go ahead, man. And Daniel, please do take care. Calgon, take Daniel away. Damn. Alright, okay. So the problem here, now what I need to do is check if this always exists. This should exist for all sims, but let me just go to ACC. Completed laps, that's all I'm looking for. I go here. Available properties, completed laps. Yes, it exists in ACC. Let's try. So of course we know it exists, but I have to try every single. So I'll show you. I'll keep it up here because you guys should be able to see what I'm doing. So what I'm doing here is I'm switching games. I'm loading up a sim, a session, and going to available properties and looking at this. It exists. Perfect. Closing it. Now I'll go to Automobilista. Let's see if the same property exists. And what do I have here? Damn, is this gonna be enough? This should be enough because I don't care if it's, I don't care about the session, I just care about the completed laps. This does exist, come on. It does, good. One means it actually is recording a lap. F123, this will be the same for everything, so long as it exists. That's for 1 hour and 39. Who gave me this? That's a really long one. Does it work? 4, 12, perfect. This also works. See, I mean, I have Gran Turismo there, and it's not working. Yeah, guys, please. I mean, this thing posts on its own, but if you do enjoy it, please consider becoming a member to the Love Dashboard. You will be helping me, give me a kick in the butt to actually continue working on this thing and not get frustrated, as I do many times. But also, like and subscribe on YouTube. At 3,200 members, let's take this thing as high as it can. I actually do see a difference in revenue when I post a video now. When I say revenue, like €1 to €2 difference, but it's more than like the 15-cent difference that I used to have. So it's actually making a difference. But yeah, the more people, the merrier. iRacing? Why are there... Oh shit, it got me scared. 3, and what's this? Okay. 0. Should I care about iRacing at this point? Because it does say 2, 3. Okay, it does work. Le Mans Ultimate. Le Mans Ultimate. I got a 20-minute session here. 0 completed laps. 0, 1. It'll go to 2. 2, good. This is working as well. Project Cars. I don't even support this. Why do I have it there? RF2. Jason, I use VS Code, Visual Studio Code, not the Visual Studio whatever they call it. It's this thing over here. It's just for code. What's this thing called? Help. About Visual Studio Code. There's also the Visual Studio whatever, the big one. You don't need that. This is as simple as it can get. Okay. So let's pull up this and see if available properties are changing. 2, 3. Parfait. Which means that this code now will work for everything. But what happens if there isn't the best lab? So what this code does, how do I get the colors? So this is something I wrote when I was a small kid. 2 years ago. So this does not exist, get rel drive color. No sim returns the color of the driver, you know, orange or blue if they're front or head. So I had to kind of like calculate this. What I'm using to calculate though is the gap I have with the driver and what a lap is. So if the gap, let's say a lap is 53, like the best lap, okay? The best lap of the session is 53 seconds. And the distance that I have with this guy is 54. So he's ahead of me, so he's orange. If our gap is under 53 or, you know, between 53 seconds, he's within my lap and it's fine. And what I couldn't do is say if I'm on lap 52 and you're on 51, you're behind me, and change the color. Because that's wrong, because I might cross the line and you're still, you know, starting the lap, it's not blue, we're still on the same lap. So I had to check the lap number and also check the time gap we have, and to determine, because I don't know what the time gap is, what the best lap is for a track, I had to get it here. So what I'm doing is I'm getting the best driver best lap and getting the best lap opponent position, which is, you know, the fastest driver, and getting this as a number and calculate using this. But problem is here, if there isn't the best lap but there is a last lap, I can use that, because now what happens if driver lap is 0, it'll just return, yeah, it's okay, it'll just return white until it actually has a, yeah, okay, I don't care. So if there's no driver lap and the driver gap is again 0, whatever, it can't get anything, it'll just return white color, so you won't have any colors in it. So for iRacing, I'm happy to report that this should be working perfectly. Let me load up. I pulled up an oval race because it's just simple. You know, it's just a race that has a lot of laps and people can actually be left behind much easier than a shorter race on a harder track. Let's go here, let's put the oval in and let's look at the colors change. Not Algarve. Actually, Algarve is funny. I'm gonna show you guys something. I actually reported this to Nicolas today. Check this out. The map is friggin' off the charts. I don't know what this is. There's something wrong with the map for Algarve. But I don't know. Let's not digress. Let's look at this. Actually, no, I don't want this. I don't want this replay. Jason, there is a slight chance. I don't think so. I don't think Nicolas is going to release before Easter. And I asked if I can get like a beta version, but apparently, you know, with all the Windows Defender thing catching it for false positive, he doesn't want to do that anymore because it's just too many questions. So I don't think we'll have a version before Easter. If it goes after Easter, yes, then it will be released with the companion as well. I still need to do some changes. I still need to do some tests, basically. So I was working on this again today. So there are things I need to do. The idea is that I will release it as soon as possible. Hopefully, but not this Friday. I don't think anything will release this Friday. It's Wednesday today. I think Friday. I don't think Nicolas will release anything before this weekend. And he also said maybe not even before Easter. So that will be a thing. We'll need to see. We'll see how it goes. All right. All right, train of thought is gone. I need to see this thing working with colors. Let's hold on a second, because 25, 24, if I don't see this working, this guy should be in orange. Oh, don't do, okay. In blue, let's see. It's actually working. Are you more a do-while loop guy or an if loop guy? It really depends. I don't do do-while. I would do an if and a switch. I'd prefer those. But I like abstracting as much as I can. So before I even started, you know, getting deep into the Love dashboard, like the first versions, everything was in the dashboard. Then I moved things out in an extension file. Started using that a lot. Then things were getting kind of heated in the extension file, and I started using other files as well, and JSON files. And now it's my relationship with coding is complicated. I'll use whatever it takes to get the best result. So why isn't number 16 blue? I can't actually answer that. And I don't know if I want to at this point. it's basically, it might be. I can see that it does work. Okay, so you also have 2 and 1. Okay. So I'm going to assume that for iRacing it is working. And I'm also going to assume that this is closed. 2.6.3 fixed. Done and closed. Joe Tomlin just messaged me on the tire temp colors. Yeah, ACC tire temp colors should be fine. I'm using ACC. So there's a ticket here for the tire colors, which you can't see in there. You should be able to see it here now. Load it. Come on. Come on. So this is obviously iRacing, and tires don't really matter because you don't have any live data or anything. But the tire colors here for ACC work because I'm using them and I know what they look like. But for F1, it's off the charts. I'm trying to make it work, and it just doesn't work correct. Like the colors are not working. But we'll get there. We'll get there. AC has wrong TC and ABS values. Let's take a look at this because I know for sure. Wait, actually, before I get carried away, I need to get the extensions and copy it into the other dashboards that need them. I copy them wherever they exist. So even in Companion, it has the same extensions. Just copying these things so I don't forget to do them later on. Even the flags, do I have? Yeah, I do. Everything should be. The only thing that doesn't have the same, that's why I said, I actually mentioned this in the beginning, the only dash that doesn't have the same files is the pit wall. You can see the pit wall has a different extension because it's completely different, which is why it requires a lot more work. I can't just copy things from one dash to the other and expect it to work. It will not. I need to clean these up at some point as well. Track data, I don't have anything in there now. And track segments. I'm just putting it here to be, you know, consistent. Alright. Then, let us pull up, what is it for AC? Assetto Corsa. Assetto Corsa. And let's pull up a Lamborghini Huracan. It does has, okay. Wrong TC and ABS values. Why are they wrong? I can see 2 and TC cut and ABS. Can I see them here? Two and 3. Well, quality is really bad, but should be okay. Engine map is a different thing. I get it. MX5 does not have any of these, so it's everything set on 1 because it doesn't have anything, but it does show it. There's nothing to change here. What else do I have? Another replay. The Praga. Does the Praga have traction control and ABS? Maybe, maybe not. All right, let's I'm gonna launch AC. I'm gonna launch AC as we're sitting here looking at things. I will launch AC. So let me get a Ferrari GT3, maybe. Oh wait, I have not.
New Ko-fi subscription from
Craig, welcome to the club. I have not added the controls. Oh man, I haven't done this. Oh, and I have to do this. I have to set up the controls. I have to go through every single game and do the controls. Alright, gotta do this. Axis steering is working. Throttle is okay. Brake is okay. And clutch doesn't exist. Okay. Buttons. Okay, so shift up. Shift down. No, shift down, sorry. And this is shift up. Do you remember how he did it, right? This is part of the video that I had shown you guys regarding control mapper and SimHub. So basically this is what you need to do. Brake balance, move up. Move to rear. This is awesome because I only do it once now, this first time, and I'll never need to do it again. Traction control. Going up. Going down. ABS going up. ABS going down. And I will only map things that I have. So headlights. Headlights. Flash headlights. I need to find it here. Obviously, flashlights. Okay. Handbrake, horn. Actually, I have an alias for horn. I don't use it, but I just put it in because I have it. I don't have an MGUK and KERS activation. Actually, I do have a DRS here. Let me find it. Sorry, this is taking time, but this is what I need to do anyway. Where's KERS? KERS activation, DRS activation, and KERS activation. Headlights, flashlights, and horn. Change camera. I also have that, and I need it. It's important. Glance back. Clear. Yeah, I don't have those. System. Start replay, don't care. Pause race. Start race. Next car. Don't really care about any of these at this point. But, car wipers. This doesn't have... Oh, God. I did gear. Extra options, alright. Alright, let's test. What am I even looking for? I completely have forgotten. Looking for AC values, TC values. Alright, so I have TC values here. If I go and drive, so TC up, it's working. Shows values as well. How about ABS? No, there's brake balance. Where's ABS? ABS is also working. How about brake balance? And it also matches that of the in-car. So let me... Actually, I'll like 67 point... Yeah, it's working perfectly. Alright. Okay, I remember. Clutch, I have to... I'm not using clutch. Anyway, I have to set... I don't have everything set up. Lights, I know I don't have. Let me check. Maybe something has changed. I know we don't get lights. RPM shift, flashlights, headlights. So if I turn on... Oh, control mapper headlights. No, see, we don't have... flashlights. Yeah, we don't have that property at all. Look for headlight. Control mapper plugin. We don't care about that. Yeah, we don't have that information. That's unfortunately... Some games don't give us that data. So I don't have that information. Like if I hit lights, you can see over here in this area. Lights are actually turning on and off. I can control them. But on the actual dashboard, I can't turn it on because I don't have a property that will tell me if it's on or off. Which is yeah, it's just the way it is. RPM shift light input status. Let's control this. iRacing properties. We don't have it. And then if I turn on this property, no. We just don't have it. But these work. How about engine map? This car doesn't have an engine map, I think. So where do I change the engine map? I don't think that was it. Where is the... This is... I don't remember where I have the engine map. How do you recall where you have it? You go to control mapper. Turn that on. Say, okay, this is TC cut. Don't I have engine map anywhere? That's wheel brightness. This is traction control. Ah, okay. So I just put this big one as a rotary. Because I also know that this thing over here, I'm using at a very specific switch. So this is why I love the steering wheel. Depending on where you have this position, 1, 2, 3, 4, these buttons, the plus and minus, change behavior. So you can have like on 3 is traction control, so this would be traction control. You can put it on map and change map, so basically you can get like an abundant number of inputs for the steering wheel. bits, please. Alright, it works. Maybe we can find a car that has... Okay, I mean, which car has map? Anyone know engine maps? This guy didn't have. Which car has engine maps? Does the Audi LMS do? Let's see, maybe this guy has. I honestly, I don't know. I have no idea. It's not even changing. No, it should be. It should be working though. Yeah, I have it mapped, so it should be working. It's just that this car doesn't have a map. Gears, fuel, electronics, traction control, ABS. Yeah. Drift power, diff co, suspension, generic, engine limiter, brake bias, brake power, pit stop strategy, blah blah blah. So this doesn't have a map either. Anyway, does anybody know if there's a car that has map, engine map, which I can change? GT4s? Shouldn't GT4s have map? Or on GT3s I know for sure have, which is odd that the Lambo didn't have one. But I also know, like, okay, the McLaren definitely has. I can't even Google with these things. Search. Rollover. I don't know how to use AC that much, guys, so I'm sorry. I don't know. Engine map should exist in this in any GT3, I think. Drag race drift, none, blah 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 blah. I'll just run this and it'll be the last thing I'm running. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Engine map does not exist. Let's go look at the data in SimHub. Properties. I'm actually curious, why wouldn't it work? Engine map not supported. Thank you very much. Maps allowed. Let me switch over to coding so you can see what I'm looking at. So, not supported. Map allowed. Map settings, drawing size. Yeah. How about engine, GP2 engine. GP2. Engine on, engine map not supported. Engine limiter on, engine brake. Engine brake settings count. Alright, so we don't have this property. Map. It's odd, but we don't. Limitations of simming. Alright, I'm just replying to the ticket, and I'm going to close this because honestly, it's not relevant. It doesn't apply to anything. It works basically. Here's one more thing that I found. Another one here. It says warning flag on constantly. In RF2 whilst driving the touring cars. So I tried this before. I do not have a touring car replay. So what I'm gonna do is, do I have RF2 here open? I do not. Oh, there it is. I'm gonna open up RF2 and see what I get. I haven't launched this game in ages. I don't even know what cars are available. We'll see. I have no idea. Don't know if it's gonna even work. I want to get into iRacing again. I used to do it when I first got to PC, and then I stopped because it was annoying. I never felt like I don't know. My settings are probably wrong with the Fanatec DD1, but it's so blurry, you know. Oh shit! Oh, what's wrong? I don't know if you guys can see it, but I had this before. The mouse is drifting. I have no idea why. Yeah, let's go start racing. This is annoying. I can't. I don't know what's wrong with it. I haven't set up the keys here either, so what are we looking for? We are only looking for warning flag. Warning flag, I only have it on a pit wall, so we'll see it there. I don't have it on any of my dashboards in front of me, so it doesn't really make sense. I actually need to practice a bit for Monza. Tomorrow night I will be racing with the Warriors, finally. Last week I had to skip. I'll be racing tomorrow, and we'll be at Monza. Which kind of, yeah. Alright, so... do you guys see any flags? I don't have anything mapped on my steering wheel. I had to sneeze, I'm sorry. I don't have anything mapped. I can't. But I did. No, go away. And let me pull up a touring car. Which are the touring cars here? I've never seen this before. Yeah, you're gonna have to give me a replay for these things. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for a replay because I actually can't go through all of this looking for something, you know? Alright. Alright, I'm just writing and reiterating that I will need a replay to do this. Yeah, this is a bigger issue. I don't want to touch that yet. Trigger or dash action A and B not functioning with Lobby Dashboard 2.5.2 and SimHub 9. I don't care. Why is this in the thing? It's not. Tags. Not relevant. Enclose. I have no idea. Why am I getting... Oh, okay. So this is for 2.5.2, but I don't think I've ever updated the direction of the wind. So let's check. See what we have in the replay. And also let me pull up the dashboard so you guys have something to look at. But there, let's make this thing, make the dashboard bigger. All right, and now it is iRacing. Let me pull up a race. So do we have a property for the wind? It says here, racing old, return data, given telemetry, wind direction. And that, so let's see. Wind direction. Wind dir. 4.7. Oh, there's rad and 4.7. Okay. Wind, okay. Yeah, but I still don't see the direction from the game, so I can confirm everything's correct. But nonetheless, let me jump into the actual dashboard and see where I'm calculating this, because I think it's a widget and it'll be easy to fix it and then clone it to the rest. Wind? Yeah, it's just a widget, which is good. Ouch. So there's a digital gauge, which I'm using, and the value I have. So I'm not changing the Automobilista, because, you know. Okay, so this was rad. Okay, see, this is what has changed since I first created it. The original property was track wind dir. Track wind dir. It was rad, and now this has been added, which is just degrees, I think. And this thing had degrees, which doesn't need it now. So now if I do this, 281. That should be good now. In fact, now that I look at it, okay, Automobilista has different, fine, but let me save. This should have this should now reload, and we should have a better sense of direction of the wind. Jason, you need to use the control mapper. And the wind now shows direction. Now I can't confirm this because I don't have the game running. Maybe I should have the game running. Maybe I'll just pull up the game just once here to see if if this is going to be correct. Correct amondo. Of course, SimHub is semi-crashing. Okay, let's pull up iRacing. So Jason, the reason you want to have control mapper is the video that I made. It's really simple, okay? But what you need to remember is this one thing. SimHub sits in between your hardware, your steering wheel, and the game. In SimHub, you create a list of all the aliases that you may or may not use in any game, doesn't really matter. So there's 128 slots, and you create aliases. So, you know, brake balance plus, brake balance minus, TC plus, TC minus, traction control plus, cut plus, traction control cut minus. Any type of alias, any input at any game, like for Formula 1, you might want to have, you know, the DRS button, and you also want to have the ERS mode, and you might, for older Formula 1s, you would not want to have an alias for MGUK. I don't know, like any kind of input you may want, you put it in SimHub as an alias, and then you map your wheel, all of your wheels. Once you put the wheel on your base, it'll see it as a separate wheel, and then you go through every wheel and you say, this is my flashlights, this is my lights, this is my wiper, and you map those to the aliases in SimHub. It's as simple as that. So you open up your steering wheel mapping, you find every one, and you click on your steering wheel and you map it to the alias. You do that for every steering wheel. Okay? So every steering wheel will be mapped to the alias inside of SimHub, and you're done. Steering wheels, you'll never map them again, ever. And then what you need to do is, for every game that you play, you will need to pull up. It has in SimHub there's a little QR code. You pull it up with your phone, and basically, it is a list of all of the aliases you have in SimHub, all of them, and a little green button next to it. What you need to do now is go to every game, and let's say it's, you know, shift up and down. For shift up, you have to press the alias for shift up. Done. Shift down, the alias on your phone, not on your steering wheel. What this does is it basically maps all of the game functionality to SimHub, and SimHub translates that from your steering wheel. The good thing is, I have the steering wheel over here that's very complicated. It has a whole bunch of stuff, but it does, you know, a fixed set of features. That's it. If I remove the steering wheel and put in this one over here, which is a bit simpler, this thing over here, if I put this in, these mappings are already mapped to an alias in SimHub. I put this in, and then I know that this is my pit limiter, this is my HUD and my flash and my lights and ABS and everything. It's mapped. You get it? So it's very simple. It'll take some time to set it up, obviously, but it won't take a day. It'll take like maybe an hour, especially since you're only going to map the game that you actually play. And then you just hot swap wheels and everything will work. SimHub takes care of it. And the only thing I have in my video is I say use VJoy because that's what I had. But I did see Dan Suzuki's video as well, because he actually is more of a hardware guy, and he mentioned using you know, an Arduino chipset, or the Atmega 32U4 or 4U. And I was intrigued because I was using VJoy, and VJoy is software, and software can fail, especially since this is going to be on my gaming rig. Why have software when you're pushing the limits of your GPU and CPU with the game? So I ordered yesterday, got it on next day delivery, a little Arduino-based chip. It's called a Beetle, DF Robot Beetle, that has the Atmega 32-4U chipset on it. And in SimHub, you basically go to your control mapper, and instead of selecting VJoy, you select Bridge. You put it on a USB, you flash it, and it's done. Like on my PC, I just have a dangling little chip, this small, puny, just dangling. It's a controller, and it's using hardware to translate all of these from the steering wheel to SimHub to the game. It's using hardware now, not VJoy. It's the only difference. But it's really simple, and it actually makes sense. And there's one more thing that's super important here. Because you're using aliases, there's also a Stream Deck plugin that you can install through SimHub, which is quite awesome. Which allows you to have any of the aliases on Stream Deck as well. So you can even have like shift up, shift down. You can have anything that's in game. You can map it to your Stream Deck. You know, seat position. It's as simple as that. So it makes sense on many fronts to have something like that. All right, let's go back to work. Alexander Rossi, I am fine. How are you, man? Let this thing load. We're gonna look into the wind, direction of the wind, and see if it matches that of the game. And if it doesn't, well, Does this thing show the wind? Where can I see the wind? Wind is north, it says. It's pointing to the wind. That's not right. I have to point away from the wind. It's coming from the north. It's not... Yeah, this is not right. So if the wind here is north, it's a north wind, right? So north wind should be pointing from the north to the south, because it's a north wind, the direction the wind is coming from. Alright, so this won't work like that. So I think I had this thing then. It was right. It was correct, as far as I can remember then. No, I did it in there, okay. Up here. Wind, edit the widget. So this dial gauge. This actually has to be plus 180. If I hit save, this should show that. I'm gonna try and open up a different session just to make sure that it's correct and confirm it. So that's correct now. So let's quit this session and yeah, really quit. Yes, yes. Really, I really want to quit. Let's start up another session. Can I select the wind direction? Static weather? Wind speed. Ooh. Alright, so let's say if it's a northeast wind, it should be going towards the northeast. And 8 kph. Let's see. It's a northeast wind. Should be interesting. But I'm also gonna make some changes. I'm gonna try one more after this. Jason, no problem, man. I mean, it's the moment I saw how this thing works, and to be honest, Daniel Newman, I asked him because he had more wheels than I did. I only had my Fanatec wheel, and I was getting the Ascher and the Turn, and I'm also gonna get the SimMagic GT Neo. I don't know when it's coming, so I needed more wheels. And I asked him like, "What do you do?" And he told me about the control mapper, and then I googled and found a lot of videos, and I made that video during a live stream. And right before I released it, I also saw that Dan Suzuki also released his version, which is great. It means that more people are using it. Makes sense, to be honest. Northeast. So if this is a northeast wind, it should be pointing from top towards the left. Perfect. That's a northeast wind. But now, I'm not done. I have to go and get like a southeast wind. Why? Because I want to see if it makes the full rotation. Let's do southeast. So the arrow shows you where the wind is coming from. So if this is a southeast wind, it's coming in from the southeast, it should be pointing top left. It's a southeast, southeast wind. So let's see. It's southeast, so it should be pointing to top left, and that's it, correct. Southeast. And this is also meters per second, which I don't know if it makes sense, but this is kilometers per hour. 8 kilometers per hour is that can't be 2.2 meters per second. Doesn't it make sense? What do I have here? Wait, let's change this to something more meaningful. Wind speed. What is the value of wind speed? For iRacing, wind velocity. But is it wind velocity? Let's look for all properties of wind. 2.4 meters per second. Okay, wind speed. I'll use that. kmh. Interesting. Okay. So for iRacing, see, now that I have weather, there's so many new things here. I will not add that. So now this is ready to be used, because iRacing now has weather. So let's update it and see. It should say 8 kilometers per hour. See if it fits. There it is. Perfect. So wind has been fixed for iRacing. I'm happy with that. Craig, yeah, thank you for joining. I can't say much. So what I do know, okay, let's not kid ourselves. Le Mans Ultimate is RF2. It's using the same base, and it's using the same exact telemetry. And R Factor 2 wasn't the best as well, better than others. But SimHub, so LMU has not released an official API for telemetry. This is, as far as I know, and talking to Nicolas from SimHub. So what he's doing is he basically hacked his RF2 plugin and basically changed it to read whatever's coming out of LMU. So that's what we're getting. Now, I haven't tested it fully. The idea is, and even Nicolas said, unless Le Mans Ultimate comes out with, this is our API, this is our telemetry, we'll just use it like that, but he's not going to put any effort into it because it's expected that Le Mans Ultimate, as it evolves, will come out with its own telemetry data and API. But he's not. He basically said he won't be working on that, as far as I know. Again, this is as far as I know. But we can do. Let's pull up Le Mans Ultimate. I do have it. I don't know. I have to map all the games. Le Mans update queued. Can't I run it? No. Really? I can't run it. Anyway, I mean, Craig, the idea is that I want to have all of the games working perfectly well. Do I have a replay? Hold on. I'm remembering things right now. So Le Mans Ultimate. Let me see if I have a replay for it. Let's put this Spa-Francorchamps. And it's with an AF course wheel. So what are we looking for? Let's say TC, for instance. Traction. We'll look for it, see if it comes up. TC level is 0. This car doesn't have traction control, maybe? It says 1, 6, and 2. So maybe it's traction. So this is what we have. If it's not here, then we don't have it. Track code, track name, track position, percent. I want traction. Come on. 0. And I think the Ferrari traction control is the first one. I don't remember, but it's 1, 6, and 2 here. You guys can't see it. I am so sorry. I was looking. Sorry. At the replay, there is a screenshot. 162. Jeff, I'm not updating it. It's 7.7 something odd gigabytes, and I don't want to chow down. Actually, let me start it. Let me. I know I'm going back on what I just said, but let me start the download. And if I see it chopping up the stream, I will pause it. RJH, yeah, it definitely has. The car does have. It's the telemetry that doesn't exist. That's the point, isn't if the car has or not. We know that it has. It's the telemetry that doesn't exist. And that's the problem. It's downloading. Stream looks to be... Ooh. If it skips even one frame, if it drops a frame, I'm stopping it. I have 174 dropped frames since the beginning of the stream. That's 0%. If I see even one, I'm going to stop the download. TC. So the problem isn't, it's not if the car has. It's like in iRacing, when you hit the button to flash the lights, we don't have a property that tells us that the lights are flashing, so I can't display it in the car. Or AC, for instance. AC has lights, you can turn them on, but it doesn't have a property to tell me that the lights are on. Whereas in Assetto Corsa Competizione, it does have that. So when you turn on the lights, there's a little property inside telemetry that says lights 1 or 2, depending on which light stage. So we have that. We don't have that in all games. As you can see, this is just honestly, this what you're looking at here, the telemetry, it's just RF2 telemetry mapped to the best of its ability to Le Mans Ultimate. So it says TC active is computed, it's not working. TC level, it's 0. TC level is usually the number that you'd see on the dashboard. So we don't have these numbers. And there's no way for us to get it beyond this. So unless it's done from the actual game developer, so it's yeah, it's hard for us to do anything. So the answer is, for LMU, we only can use what is available to us, and that's pretty much the limit. Can't do much more than that. So TC doesn't exist. How about ABS? Let's go again. AF course, ABS level, everything 0, as you can see. So these just to show you, if I go to ACC, just so you can see, it's not like ACC is the best, but it does have a very rich data set. So if I go here, this is the Ferrari 296, ABS is active, it's working, ABS is 2, that's the level we're showing. If I go to TC, for instance, and this is SimHub, just being SimHub. So TC level 5, and there's also the TC graphics. It's what shows in the car, basically, 5. So you have all of this information. You can use this information in your dashboard. It has TC cut here. Let me see, TC cut is 0, which I can increase. I can't do it now because it's a replay, but I can increase from the steering wheel. Yeah, it's not much I can do beyond that. Anyway. Oh, this is a nice one. Animated map does not work in LMU. Okay, wait a minute. Vincent, let me pull this up so you guys can also see it. And stop the replay, because it makes no sense. L. Vincent posted on February 28. Hi, when I edited the dashboard to just change from static to animated map and save the settings, you showed the static map. After that, I went in the game. However, didn't issues. Yeah. I mean, I've seen this before. I will reply, but guys, do not edit the dashboard. I'm not saying you shouldn't, but don't. And why? Because you can see Vincent here says he edited the dashboard to change it from static to animated. It's a property in settings. I have multiple properties on every layer that control if it's on or off based on your settings. So instead of going to the dashboard and editing it, because you're probably going to break something, use the settings. So the configurator. Always go to configurator.lsr.gg, set it up there, and if something's not in there, let me know. Maybe I can add it. And if it isn't, then you can probably edit it. But now this guy, Vincent, basically jumped into the editor and started moving things around, and then he says it's not working. And the guy right below says it does work, I'm using it. So let's just check it out just to be sure. Let's go to the Mon Ultimate and check the maps out. Let's look at Circuit de la Sarthe. This is going to be interesting because I don't have a map for it. Perfect. Just so you guys can see. If there isn't a map available, it just shows you the map on the steering wheel. Point being that this little companion app here is going to be pretty awesome once I get to it. Maps are there. And this is the static map, but actually the animated map should be here as well. Track map, there it is. It's working. So I can confirm it works. I do have steps. I do have steps. I do have a manual. Read it. Read it. lsr.gg/config. Config. Alright, this edit tag not relevant, and closing it. I think we solved enough. So there's always going to be bugs. There's always going to be something to be fixed. So I think I'm gonna. That'll be pretty much it. It's 11. It's past 11 p.m. here. Craig, your support. Your support is appreciated as much as what you're saying. Yeah, thank you. My head's growing heavy now. Getting a bit tired. Let me check the memberships and everything. And hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Bjorn Bursell asks, great question. Hi, and thanks for all the work. Question about the tire pressure average. Does it stop updating after 2 laps, or does it average the last 2 laps continuously? It is the latter, Bjorn. So, in the settings file, you can set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 laps. I would not put that much. 2 laps is more than enough. But what the code that I've written does, the moment, like when you're in the pits, the pit lane, it doesn't collect data. When you're in the pause menu of the game, it does not collect data. So the moment you drive out of the pit lane, it starts collecting data. It collects data for 2 laps, okay? And the moment you reach 2 laps, then it continues collecting data and deletes the old data. So it's just basically a huge array of pressures and temperatures and brake temperatures and all that, and it's continuous looping 2 laps after from where you are, 2 laps behind. That's what it does. 2 laps is more than enough to get really good values and average out your pressures and temperatures and see where it stands. So it does loop continuously, and it basically pushes data in, and then on the far end it pushes something out. So there's always 2 laps of data if you set it to 2 laps at any point in time, unless you haven't done 2 laps. That's the only difference. Yep, that's how it works. That's how it works. You can change it. You can change it to 1 lap or 3 laps, but 2 laps actually is perfect. I've said this before, but this was something, this feature was born after I had that endurance race with Martin Hoyer. We did Paul Ricard and the McLaren, and the days leading up to that race, Martin was basically coaching me on a few of the trickier parts of the track, and also helped me set up a car that would be good for me, because he's way better than I am, the driver than I'll ever be. But he helped me create a version of the setup that works great for me. And because of the changes that we made, we also had to reevaluate all the pressures and for the temperatures and everything. So what he told me is go out. We were like on Discord and everything. So he went, go out. He says, go out, drive a couple of laps as hard as you can, and we'll just use Motec to take the last lap or last 2 laps and create an average of that and see where it is, and then we'll tweak the tires. So he did that twice, went out, drove for like 5 laps or something, and we went to Motec. Extremely useful tool, but hideous. Absolutely hideous. He showed me how to do it, and there's so many clicks I could have probably dug a hole in my computer just clicking every single time. But okay, if you know how to use it, it's fine. But I don't, and I didn't want to. Like, I want to make things simpler. So the idea is that we used I just noticed I have a lot of drop frames. I hope the stream isn't bad. It's almost done, the update. 1.3 gigabytes left. The point was, we went into the last, 5 laps, whatever we had in telemetry. You select the last 2 laps. You'd have to find the 2 laps, select them, and then you push other buttons, like a few 10,000 buttons or something, and it would give you the average for each tire. You have to do that for each tire, and we give you the average. And then based on that average, we would tweak the tires and make it work for us. So, I put some thought on, like, that actually makes a lot of sense. I don't know if it's easy or not, but I said I'll do it. And I set out and wrote a code that creates an array by collecting data depending on how many laps you set and whatever, and just gives you that. So it was simple. It was born out of a necessity, and it was very useful. So that's how we got it. No, it doesn't have that. It's like at 0.2% right now. It went from 174 drop frames to 874 drop frames, which is barely anything, to be honest. My internet connection is good. It's just that I'm wary. Last night was awful. It was hideous. What happened? It completely destroyed it. The stream, and it was I just restarted the PC, the power lines and the router, and everything was fine. It was just I needed to do that at some point, so it just happened during the stream. Bjorn, so here's why you need the reset function. The reason you need the reset function is if you go out, okay, if you go out and you're testing your tires, you do 2 laps, 5 laps, whatever, that array will be full of data. When you go in the pits, change your tires, and go out again, it will continue using that same data to give you an average for your tires. So if you go out the second time around and do more than 2 laps, it's fine. It'll push out all the other data and give you the new data, right? But what happens if you only can do 1 lap, for instance? Then you'd be actually using 1 lap of the new tires and 1 lap of the old ones, and it would be confusing. So what I tend to do is when I'm out qualifying or testing, I do my out lap, I push as hard as I can to get the tires up to pressure, and then right before crossing the line, I hit the reset button. It goes to 0, and then it springs up again and just shows me data, the tires from that moment. So I need less. Like I can get more data in 1 lap, for instance. It's just a quicker way, just deleting all the previous data. So it depends. Like if you do more than 2 laps every time, yeah, it's gonna push out the old data anyway, so it's fine. All right, download is done. Le Mans Ultimate. What was the bug that we wanted to look at? I don't remember. What was the bug we wanted to test? So set reset to the starter button. Well, I mean, you could, but it's not always necessary. You can also say that you can probably put the reset on the when you cross the start-finish line. But again, it's not necessary. You might not want it, so I don't want to do anything you may not want to do. So the reset button there, you can use it if you want to, but it's not required in any way. Alrighty, I think this is pretty much where I will call it a night. And to do that, I need to thank my gold members. So gold members, FYI, I'm expecting the new t-shirt to arrive tomorrow. Tomorrow or Friday, it's one of those two. I don't remember exactly when. So I'm expecting the new t-shirt to arrive. If the t-shirt is satisfactory, because the previous one that I had, the print started very low and it was very small. So the idea is I want to have more like a team kit design where the prints start much higher and go a bit wider. So I spoke to the guys over at Spreadshirt. They gave me some more precise sizings of the print areas, and hopefully it's going to be good. If it's not good, if I don't like it, then I'll need to find something more local, maybe a bit more manual work involved on my end. But I want to have this team kit perfect. Team kit will include all of my partners. As you can see here, the logos, all of them will be on the shirt. And yeah, I don't know, we'll see. But the point is, for gold members, so the team kit will have the big logo up here for the lovely sim racing logo. Gold members, I'm working on this, will have the opportunity, if they want, to buy the gold member t-shirt. That t-shirt will be completely discounted. It will have zero markup on it. It'll be at cost with a gold logo. So gold members will also have access to that t-shirt. One t-shirt per person. That's it. Just like the sticker, when you become a gold member, you get the lovely gold member exclusive sticker. Obviously, these are not real perks. They're not perks you can, it's just things that I can do for the gold members, which are Anthony Hall, Augustine Martin, John Hart, Cody Fowers, Corey Wise, Dan Westman. We had you in chat today. Nice to see you, man. Daniel Newman, again, he was in the chat as well. David Beam, Enrique Castillo Bachero, Brian Spiracus. I think Brian was at some point in the chat. Graham Baptiste, right. Jeff King, yes, in the chat. Iñaki Duranona, where were you? Didn't see you today. Jason Rivera, clapping, here we're in the chat. Jared Davis, Chris Rollins, Marian Christel, Michael Pagliaro, Brad Jackson, Robert Robles, Rito Brolman, Sean Reid, Simon Tunin, Thiago Silva, Tobias Hoth, William Martin, Josh Fulton, Mark Worthington, and Mark Gale. Thank you very much for going over and beyond and supporting me at the highest level. For everyone else, thank you very much for supporting me in general. I spend a lot of time working on this. It is partially because I enjoy it, it is partially because you are supporting me, and it's partially because I actually want to make this thing a bigger thing. I've made all these partnerships because of the lovely dashboard and the work that's happening, and there are more partnerships that will be developed. All of these partnerships make the lovely dashboard even better for everyone. So it's a small price to pay for supporting. Levels are from the starter to pro to gold, 1, 3, and 9 euros per month. I believe they're very, very democratic and logical. So yes, if you enjoy any of these products, if you enjoy any of the streams or anything that I create, please consider becoming a member. If you can't become a lovely member, subscribe on YouTube, leave a like, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, or X, or Threads, or whatever they call it. And yeah, help me repost and share as much of the content that I put out. I always repost, especially on Instagram, anything you guys tag me in. So if you do post things, don't forget, tag me, Lovely Sim Racing, on any of the social media posts you have. Point is to get this far and wide. I'm working on doing as much as I can to get it far and wide, but unless I get help from you guys, it probably won't happen. So I need you guys. Dan Westerman, a t-shirt? Yes, a t-shirt. Yeah, the t-shirt, it comes at a cost, obviously. But the t-shirt, I mean, I already have t-shirts. So you can go to, lsr.gg/shop. You can find t-shirts. These, the ones that I'm wearing right now, they already exist. But there will be the new version, the 2024 Team Kit version, which will have a whole bunch of logos. It'll be more of a, a team t-shirt. And just for Gold Lovely members, there will be a special version with a Gold Lovely Racing logo. And Gold Lovely members, if you want to, you can purchase one per person at cost. So no markup or anything. It'll be, what I would pay for it, basically. We'll see how it works out. I'll probably have to purchase it and just send you the invoice, and then you send me the money or something like that. We'll see. It's yeah, there's no way for me to give you a discount code because Spreadshop doesn't do that. Jeff King 100% off, 100% off of the markup. There. I think it works for everyone that way. Yeah, I can't wait. I think let me check. UPS says Spreadshirt will arrive Friday. So it says. And I also have one more box coming in from Ascher. It's the new DDU, so I can test it. I'm putting out some more content as well, so I'm working on that too. New content is coming, new videos are coming. I already have the latest video that's on my channel, but it's unlisted. Sorry, I can't relist it unless I get a green light on that one. But there will be more content coming out. I can tell you roughly. Dan, hold on a second. Let me see. What am I doing? All right, hold on a second. Hold on, let me pull it up and I'll see. I think it's in pounds because that's how it works for me on this end. Although I'm not in the UK, I'm in the EU, but it's how it's been calculated. I am not a robot, thank you very much. Let's go to designs. Actually, no, let's go to the store. So the t-shirt is no, that's not actually it. Sorry, I have to get the one that without the price. So it's the t-shirt will cost around £33, British pounds. I think that's where it'll be the price. So we'll see. I think that's the price. I haven't really worked on these at all. I think that's the price. That's with the markup and everything. So gold members will be a bit reduced on that. Let me show you an image. You guys want to see the t-shirt? What it's going to look like? £33 is a lot for a t-shirt? I didn't realize. Well, it's not my price. I mean, it's a Spreadshirt. It's got print on the front and on each sleeve. But this is what it will look like on the front. Hold on, let me move over. That's it. That's it. Of course, the print isn't... I hope it looks like that, to be honest. I hope it looks like that, because kind of scared that it won't. Yet again. Actually, this is more true. Hold on, let me get a bigger version of that image. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I also made a change after this screenshot here. Ah, this is better. So the t-shirt will be this. This is a picture of me when I'm off stream. I look a bit different, don't I? So yeah, you can see all the and yeah, these are all the partners that I have. So obviously SimHub and SimDash are for me my main supporters. But then we also have Turn, Ascher, Tony Kanon, Simutec, and SimMagic. And on the sleeves, it'll have the same exact logos, but in black and white. And I'm also adding Daniel Newman on the right-hand side, I think. Don't remember where that is. I think it's on the right-hand side. $20 t-shirts, yes. This is actually quite heavy. It's good quality. I already have a t-shirt, but it's not printed correctly. So hopefully it'll print and it'll be perfect. That's 42 US dollars. That's not a lot of money, is it? Jeff, is it? I mean, gold members will get will not have any markup, but it won't be much lower because I'm not putting a lot of markup on these things. I'm not putting a lot. It's like maybe 3 euros, I think, or 4 euros, I think, markup on these things to actually make some money off of them, basically like a coffee or something like that. Yeah, it could get lower if I don't print the sleeves. So if I don't have the sleeves printed, then it'll go even cheaper. But actually, the sleeves look pretty damn cool. So I want to keep the sleeves on. I want to keep them printed. That's one side. And the other side will be this. They actually look really nice. So yeah, hopefully the print comes out like this. I want it to be, you know, like a team kit version, big logo, but I'm concerned it might not be. So the other solution, I mean, Jeff, the other solution is to have them printed at a local shop, which will be far more expensive after that, and then I'd manually ship them out and do all that. So I'm using Spreadshop, which makes sense, but I'll see. I mean, you can get $20 shirts. You can get $20 shirts, but it'll be like really cheap or something. Anyway, yeah, we'll see. I want to see the print first. If the print is good, fine. If it's not, then it's a no-go. Not on my end. So we'll see how that turns out. Jeff, yes and no. Yes and no. So I spent a lot of time looking at Team Kit, and there's always like a main sponsor, which is on either of the sleeves and on the front. And that's what I'm not, like, left and right sleeve are not the same. They're different. So yeah, I think it looks good. But we'll see. We'll see. I want to see it printed out first. And I'll put it on the stream as well if I have it. Like, maybe if it comes tomorrow, I'll wear it tomorrow. Hopefully. Who knows? Kurt, welcome to the stream. You're just about to say goodnight. At least I am. It's been 2 hours and 15 minutes we're on the stream. We fixed a lot of bugs on the Lobby dashboard. I explained a few things in the beginning, so you can go back and circle back and check it out. Basically, most important thing is that I'm waiting on SimHub to release 9.2.7, which has 2 critical bug fixes for the Lobby dashboard and the pit wall. So if it's not released, I'm thinking out loud now, but if it's not released, if SimHub is not going to release before Easter, I may make a change to the pit wall so I can release it before Easter. But the dashboard I cannot. The dashboard I just cannot. It's so deep in there, the bug that I discovered, and it has been fixed, that I cannot undo it and release it sooner. So I have to wait for the dashboard. But the pit wall, it could come out sooner. I'll chat with Nicolas and see if he's going to release or not before Easter, and then I'll have something. Either way. Yeah, Kurt, thank you very much. No logos on the back, Jeff. Nothing on the back. Once I put something on the back, it almost duplicates the price. It increases it too much, so I decided not to put anything on the back. Kurt, I also saw, like, in this video, in this live stream, if you go back, I also discuss a few things regarding VJoy. Last night I saw Dan Suzuki's video where he used an Arduino chip to use as hardware instead of VJoy. I have zero problems with VJoy. Never have I ever had a problem with VJoy. But then again, having a solution with hardware is always better because it's not reliant on your GPU or CPU. It's a separate thing that only does one thing, and that's translates the clicks of your steering wheel through SimHub into the game. So I always prefer hardware over software. It's why I have the Go XLR. It's got an onboard DSP instead of having it on software like other solutions. Anything I can offload off of the gaming PC onto hardware, I do. So yesterday I ordered, next day delivery, I just wanted really fast, a little chip called a DF Robot Beetle, which has the Atmega 324U chip. I got it, plugged it into the PC, flashed it, and done. Now I'm using hardware for all of the mappings, and you can see it. Let me just show you. It's very simple. I keep on going back and forth, but you know, but not. So in here, you can see it's now using Bridge, and it's firmware 1.2. And you just plug it in. It needs to have this chipset here that says Atmega 32U4. It's got to have that chipset. If you Google that chipset, anything you find will do. And all you do is you plug it into the computer. You find out which COM port it's using. Doesn't matter which one. You'll see the one popping up, and then just do, understand and hit flash, and it's done. Nothing else to do. So now everything I have here mapped, everything that's mapped here is going through that piece of hardware, the Arduino, and mapping it back to the game, not through VJoy. It's just a thing I have. It doesn't mean it's better. It's just that, Alright guys, I am going to close now. Thank you very much for joining me. I really hope you enjoyed this session. Chill Chat and Devs on Wednesdays is something that I enjoy a lot. Sharing all the process, talking with you without having to race at the same time, and looking forward to next week as well. So hope you guys have a great evening, morning, night, wherever you are, and I will see you guys tomorrow for Warriors Series race in Monza. And it's not going to be easy. So see you guys all tomorrow. Have a great one. Bye.